If you are not watching this, we're in Colorado and we're up in the mountains. I think it's like 8,500 feet of elevation. You can already see the view behind me in the window. Oh, we're gonna do the show intro a little different today. I want to document how beautiful this space is. And before we get into it, let me see if I can show you these mountains. I'm so jealous of anyone who lives in Colorado and soaks up this view every single day. I live in Virginia, and while we have beautiful mountains of our own, the Blue Ridge Mountains, it's not quite the same. You know, this is a Let's Chat episode. When we do a Let's Chat, it's gonna be a solo moment on a topic that either you've written in, or I'm inspired by, or I've heard out in the world, or my own personal leadership experience. But today we're gonna unpack what happens when self-doubt gets really loud, creative blocks creep in, and we start to question everything that we're leading, or growing, or building. I share 3 practices that I return to when I lose trust in myself. Returning to proof, number 1. Focusing on who needs to hear the message rather than whether it's good or bad, which is quite subjective, and separating my identity from the outcome. I'm drawing a little bit from my own experience here, but I was also really inspired by a phone call I had with a female founder. I reflect a little bit on how easy it is to get consumed by performance, productivity, and external validation while losing sight of the people that we're actually impacting. So this conversation is a reminder that our worth is not tied to a project title or a result, and that's hard to hear, and that confidence is often found by reconnecting with the evidence that we're already making a difference. So if you're feeling stuck, if you're uncertain, or you're just questioning your path and you've lost sight of why you were so excited about your purpose in the first place, this episode is for you. Welcome to In the Room on Purpose. This show is for women who are building, leading, questioning, stretching, and most importantly, becoming. I'm your host, Alyssa, and I sit down with powerful women to have honest conversations about ambition, leadership, growth, and what it actually looks like to find your voice and own your space. Sit down, get comfortable. I am so happy you're here. I just got off the phone and it really inspired me to lean into this narrative of creative block, not trusting yourself, and on the days where you just want to blow it all up, like, what do you do? So I want to talk about that for a little bit in a non-traditional leadership and traditional leadership space, because it happens on both ends of ambition. Whatever your truth is, wherever you're headed, you're going to have those days where you're just thinking, what is it all for? And what am I doing? And am I qualified to do this? And when those feelings come up, it's oftentimes our nervous system feeling really unregulated and not safe. So there's other pressures that are coming in. There's a lack of clarity. And there's 3 things that typically work. There's quite a few more than 3, but these are the things that I sat with for just a few moments and want to chat through. My favorite being return to proof. Return to all of the reasons why your leadership is working. All of the reasons why your business is functioning and growing and people are positively impacted on the other end of that. All of the reasons why you are the person that is changing somebody else's life. Return to proof. In application, this has looked like starting a conference call with reading 5-star reviews when the team's just feeling, or when the pressure to perform or convert or be productive is really coming into play. Like, come back to who it's for, who you're impacting, and all of the reasons why you are doing that really, really well. Another area to lean into is don't ask yourself if it's good. Don't ask yourself if it's good. What does good even mean? It's subjective. So don't ask yourself if it's good. Ask yourself who needs to hear this and what am I trying to say? That's it. I won't over-explain that. The last thing that typically helps, and something that I encourage us to do quite often, even when we're not experiencing, this escalated nervous system, this lack of self-trust, is take your identity out of the outcome. This doesn't define you. This project you're working on, this one conference call, this bad keynote, this hiccup, these things do not define who you are. Neither does your title. Neither does the work that you do. You define who you are through your values, your morals, your personal mission, the depths of your intellect, your emotional well-being, like all of these really supportive elements and areas of your life, like that is what defines who you are as a human being. So remove your identity from the outcome. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about what other people think. Let go of the judgment that you think exists. Remove your identity from the outcome. Now, in practice, this sounds so easy. In application, it's quite hard. So I would recommend leaving some space in your day to run through these things. And if you're feeling like you don't remember who's in front of you and you don't know why you're doing this, or you're questioning yourself, your beliefs, your work, your leadership, come back to a couple of these areas and just run through it. Run through it. I think my favorite is return to proof. It works every single time. Anytime someone is having a really bad day, I come from outpatient healthcare, and operationally it could be a bit of a challenge, and there's a lot of pieces that go into really strong performing P&Ls, and you can get consumed in the numbers and what to change and the levers to pull and yada yada. And really what matters is the experience on the outside. What is the patient experience, and how are we connected to the mission, and how are we treating people well? And how does that translate into being a trusted provider and a trusted place and space for people to come to? And so returning to proof is always my favorite thing. So if you're questioning yourself today, if you feel a little off, return to the proof of it all. The proof is in you, and the proof is probably on Google or in your DMs, or call your best friend, call your support system and say, what's the purpose of this again? What are we doing? It'll work. I promise.